You are to begin your task by eliminating anybody on this boat
Okay.
and then destroying the boat.
Hmm?
That's your job. And you know this because this is God
Yeah.
telling you to do it.
Yeah, I've been told.
Yes.
I've been commanded.
So what you do is you describe the actions that you take,
Hmm?
and I will describe the world and its responses. And we can either stay here in this place and time, or if events make sense to keep shifting, we are not forced to stay right here.
Okay.
Depends on the task, depends on what happens. And and then we will move to the cards in a moment when things become uncertain.
Okay.
But right now, what do you do?
I claw myself up with my arms
Mm-hmm.
and try to climb. Like first, I try to rip open the plastic with my fingers, which are pretty sharp.
Right.
The bones are
Right.
coming through the fingertips,
Mhm.
and then I tumble, so I don't cleanly climb out of
right,
it, but
yes.
I almost
Mhm.
the case almost falls
Like,
over
yes. Mhm.
as I'm grasping my way out
Mhm.
of this
Mhm.
coffin
Uh-huh.
or high tech coffin.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, that's fantastic. So keep going.
And as I do that, the coffin falls over, and I almost fully slice out
Yeah.
of this coffin.
Mm-hmm.
And parts of my side, which slides on the ground,
Right.
takes being almost not ripped, but
A little bit more of you is gone.
even more
yeah.
ripped.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
it's like I'm running over a grater.
Yes. Got it. Now the door opens,
Yeah.
and a man who's well dressed, but not as nicely as the previous ones, who looks like he has a little radio in his ear, and he is reaching he's drawing a weapon, but he's not pointing it or waving it yet. And he leans in and he says, "Sir, is everything okay?"
I continue to just trying to stand up,
Mm-hmm.
and as I see this form of this human form, and opening the door, and I reach out my arm, and I use my power
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to pierce him
Mm-hmm.
several times with my
Excellent.
dark matter.
That's no problem at all.
No.
He is pierced in many places, and he convulses, and this gun
Yep.
drops. It is an Uzi,
Hmm?
and he is dead on the floor, as more voices and running feet begin to be heard. On the outside deck, under the stars,
It's night.
under the stars at night, and so beautiful and everything, there is a small party of people who are enjoying the bar and the band, which is probably playing some kind of
Swing
pop
jazz.
hit. Well, I was thinking more of a light cover version of Swedish pop,
Okay. Yeah.
right? So
They go with the Melody Festival.
yeah, something like that. But they're playing like a light cover version, you know.
Okay,
So as you can imagine, it is like
It's easy.
sugar-free
Yeah.
Swedish pop, which is kind of the most bland
Yeah.
possible. So
Mingle music.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And people, right. So that is happening out there.
Mhm.
What do you do?
As I stood up, and I tumble out through this open door, I look around. Am I in a corridor? of
Yeah.
some sort?
The state of the ship is that, or the architecture of the ship in this portion, but only for a few rooms, is more like a building.
Okay.
So it does have more of a corridor, and there are stairs that go up, but the stairs are inside the rooms, except the one you are in.
Okay.
So you don't see a staircase here. You would have to go into a room, and then there's a spiral staircase going up. But but outside of this small complex, just so you know, that's when things become more open. And a room is more like a special spot in an open area.
Okay.
So
there's no definite walls.
Correct. Only in this one particular spot, but you can move out of that as quickly as you want.
Okay. Is there? I'll just take a left and continue.
No, exactly. Yeah, that makes perfectly good sense. And it will be not very long at all before the security guys are trying to organize the partygoers in some kind of evacuation, and the several of them are coming toward you, and also the helicopter above. They're mobilizing the helicopter in some way. So, what shall you do?
I move.
Oh, this is where things are a little bit uncertain.
Okay.
Right? Before you describe, I will tell you what these cards are for. And this is the obstacle you must overcome, 10. And you will, after you tell me exactly what to do, you're doing now, then we will flip this card.
Okay.
And that will be your card to try to beat this. It has this has the, I believe, the rankings of, not of poker. Oh wait, no, we have to use poker rules. So yes, the ace is not low, the ace is high, I believe. And then carry on.
Carry on. The soldier stalks very confident towards the first soldier or person that he sees, and I approach him and throw my arms around him and bite him with my less than good teeth.
Yes, of course. And so that's just the beginning, I imagine, of what is going to happen to as many people as you can catch.
Yeah.
And so the way we look at this is this. This is your card. And you actually have, you are beginning to accomplish this task. Okay, you are beating all the cards, and so you are doing very well. And so you can describe how you are fulfilling the command. There are a few things that you may consider. One, at any point, you can narrate a memory. Something about this reminds you of something. It might even be a person you remember, or they may remind you of something that you remember. When you do that, you get to keep this card. And then you will draw a new card to replace it. The important thing about this is the cards here that you keep, they are going to help you build a better poker hand at the end. And you need that. So at the moment you can say, well, I just want to get this task done and kill everybody. That will be great. And then the queen will go away.
Have the queen.
Right. Or you can say, I remember something. And then this goes here. And then we draw a new card.
And then I might fail.
Correct. Let me point out something, which is kind of important to understanding the game. If you fail at the task, the Dark Master will still get their way through other means and through coincidences and things later. It means you don't quite manage to do what they want, but you cannot stop them by failing. They are too powerful. So that's.
But if I choose to
remember
something, then I will keep this card. We will get 3 new.
No,
or we'll keep these.
Draw this to keep those. And one other final thing, or 2 things. One is that if you choose to rebel against the master, you just say, forget it. Then you have to, you will have to take one of the cards you have here, and it has to be higher than the highest one here, and you will discard it. So you need cards here, and you need them to be high in order to rebel. And if you rebel, then and refuse the task in some way, the Dark Master does not get what they want. Not now, not ever.
Okay.
That's the only way to not do it. Then, if you really want to, you can also use your weapon. I know you used it in description, and that's fine. But if you want to use it for mechanical effect, that would matter if you had a low card and you wanted to succeed in the task.
Okay.
Then you would use the weapon, and then you would have to. What you would do is you take one of these cards and give it to me for my.
Okay. For
mine. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only way that I get cards.
Okay.
Is for you to give them to me by using the weapon. So that is all the rules.
Okay. Well,
Almost.
This is a nice card to have. So I'm going to remember the last time I got a hug.
Oh, yeah.
Someone.
Oh.
As I'm chewing.
Yeah. Oh, I just love it. Here you are, kind of hugging and biting, and then you're like, "Wait a minute! I remember an actual hug."
Yeah, I remember an actual. The last time I was hugged before.
Who was it? Let's make it a memory.
It's my sister.
Okay.
Which makes it awful that I'm eating someone while.
Right. Exactly. Perfect. You have quite a talent for this. All right. So that goes there, right? And then, and that's your new card. And you are currently failing at the task.
Yeah.
You will succeed if you use your weapon and give me the 10.
Okay.
If you want to.
But I cannot remember and gain these cards to gain a new one. I need to still be able.
Correct. One memory for a turn.
Okay. Yeah.
Technically 2 if you wanted to. You could. Let's see. You would get rid of the queen out of the game. And then you would refuse the task completely. Those are your options.
So this guy is now mauled by me.
Oh, he's just the beginning, I imagine, right? Okay.
And there's a couple of others standing right next to him, or right next to us. So I'll use my weapon and throw them up into the sky.
Right.
And pierce them as they come down.
Excellent. Okay. So ultimately, I presume that this is the beginning of your massacre through the boat, and eventually, perhaps you destroy the boat by puncturing it, and it goes down. Okay, so
all those are removed.
Yeah, they're discarded. We'll put them here, and we have our leftovers here. Okay, now so the next situation is that we will continue to go through tasks. Now, there are 2 ways for the game to end. The easiest is to just keep playing until we finally hit the Joker. And at that time, at that time, we take away the Joker and just get another card to replace it. And then the scene after that is the last one.
Okay.
But if at any time you say, you know what, rebel, but at the end of a scene, rebel or not rebel, you say that's the last one.
Okay.
I can say, or you would say, I want to finish, and I would say, okay, one more, and then we play the end, or depending on what's happening, now we play the end.
Okay.
At the end, we use these in a particular way to see what the fate of the situation is. Okay, but in the meantime, it's fun to play some scenes and episodes so that we can have a little bit of a interaction and drama.